And David has a new book out now called Newsjacking, I believe, and David joins us on Market Science right now. David, good to talk to you again, my friend.
Hey, Butch, good to be here. Newsjacking came out today, came out a couple hours ago, actually. It's an ebook only release. It's in Amazon Kindle. It's on iTunes, Apple Store for the iPad and the iPhone, a bunch of other ebook formats. Newsjacking is the idea of taking something in the current news environment and adding your take to it so that the media talks about you. It's really interesting. So you think about back to the Chilean miners when they were coming out of their hole and they were all sporting Oakley sunglasses. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't have any Oakleys, but here's my version of Oakleys. And everybody on the planet saw these Oakley sunglasses generating $41 million worth of free exposure. So anybody can newsjack. Anybody can take a look at what's going on and then use the news that's happening right this instant to insert your ideas into the story.
There is a certain, and I'm not being critical with this, but a certain dirtiness to it a little bit. You're kind of carjacking with it. You know, the news is going to happen anyway. They're going to put their spin on it. You might as well hop on it, or instead of just driving by and looking at the accident, you might as well get out and put your business card on top of the broken car.
In some cases, there's stories that you obviously don't want to jump on and you don't want to be associated with. So certainly there's always that consideration, right? That there's not all stories that you want to be associating your brand or yourself with.
Of course, and I talk about that. I've got a section where I talk about the negative aspects. You know, great example of someone who screwed it up was Kenneth Cole. He did a tweet that said something during the Egypt uprising during the Arab Spring. Said, "Hey, the reason that Egypt is uprising is because they knew about our new Kenneth Cole spring collection," and that's just wrong. And social media is the great equalizer. Social media will beat you up about this. And you can't get it wrong because you'll get slammed, as Kenneth Cole did. Actually, you know, the whole kind of newsjacking, slightly dirty thing that you mentioned, what's interesting about that is one of my great examples, the best example I've got in the book is Larry Flynt, publisher of Hustler. I actually did an interview with Larry. He is a absolute advocate for free speech, an absolute advocate for exposing hypocrisy. You know, love him or hate him, Larry Flynt is a master newsjacker. He's done it so many times. Remember when Anthony Weiner resigned his post as U.S. Congressman because of a sexting scandal? Larry Flynt offered him a job as a blog post. You know, he goes on his LarryFlynt.com. As a blog post says, I'm going to give you a job as a vice president of our internet division. Larry Flynt. Now all of a sudden, all the stories talking about Anthony Weiner resigning on the second or third paragraph said, oh, by the way, if he wants to work for Larry Flynt, there's a job offer on the table. Brilliant stuff. And that's only the 10th or 12th time Larry Flynt is newsjacked in this way. It's fantastic. And I think that shows that anybody can do this. You don't have to be Larry Flynt. Here's an example of it, but you don't have to be Larry Flynt. Just go do it.